Cooking with Papa Allen. I'm his second granddaughter, Rylee, and today we are making sweet shrimp pasta.
You mean my ever-famous sweet shrimp pasta?
I guess so.
Yeah, and how many times have you ever made this?
0.
0. So I better get on that side of the camera and walk you through this, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty.
So for our dish, it is a bunch of fresh ingredients, and our main one, shrimp.
And who loves shrimp?
Me. And then we also have our dry and canned ingredients.
Okay. So what do we have here? You've already diced some stuff up. What was it?
I diced up some tomatoes, that's right here, and then I diced up half an onion.
And is it a white onion or yellow onion?
White?
White onion, because I prefer white onion to yellow onion.
I didn't know there was a difference.
Yes, there is. There's lots of different onions. Okay, and what did you and Violet do to the shrimp?
We took off the tails. We peeled off the tails.
Yeah, because you go to restaurants and stuff and they'll have a really wet dish, and what they do, they leave the tails on, so you're stuck with trying to suck the shrimp off a wet tail, which is nobody's favorite thing.
And then you get your hands all
So, are you ready to go over the stove?
Yeah.
Are you scared?
No.
You should be.
Oh.
All right, you're all set to go. We are using what to cook this in?
A mini wok.
Mini wok, which is one of my favorite little things to cook in. And your first ingredient is olive oil. So dump a crap load in. I mean a crap load. More of a crap load. A bigger crap
it's
load.
Still going.
Okay, that's a big enough crap load. Okay, let me see what we got there. That's about right. No, that's good. Okay, now to that you're gonna throw in your garlic, a big heaping tablespoon. Yeah, big freaking crap load of that. Okay, put that aside. Stir it up with your wooden stick. Now, we don't want to burn the garlic. We just want to get it toasty. Okay, and you don't throw the onions in at the same time because onions cook faster. So now, go ahead and throw in your onions.
All of them, right?
All your onions, dump them in. Okay, now she's just going to stir those up until they sweat and turn translucent. What does translucent mean?
Clear.
Clear, very good. Okay, to that, and it's going to happen real soon, we're going to add your diced tomatoes.
They're not translucent.
Okay, we're going to wait a few seconds. Okay, onions are translucent, so go ahead and dump in your tomatoes that are diced, canned tomatoes. Stir that puppy up. And then to that, we're going to add the tomato sauce. Dump it all in. And then we're just going to let that cook down a little bit.
Now I'm going to add the basil and some Cholula. But first I'm going to add the basil.
Okay, I like a lot of basil in mine, so that is not enough. Keep shaking it up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your basil. That's probably good right there. Stir that puppy up. Okay, and now
some Cholula.
Cholula. A lot of people put in chili flakes. I like Cholula. It's got flavor. So go ahead and shake it until I tell you. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's probably good.
Yeah, there's a lot of white people in our house.
That's right. A lot of people that... Now, here comes the fun. This is what kind of vinegar is that?
White balsamic vinegar.
And the folks at home can use any kind of balsamic vinegar. We just got this from our Auntie Chrissy, and it's a really great white balsamic vinegar. So you're going to pour that in until I tell you to stop. I can't see because your freaking hand is in the way. Go ahead. Go, go, go. More. That's good. Stir that puppy up. All right, now let me ask you something.
What?
Is the balsamic vinegar sweet or sour?
It's bitter.
Bitter, it's sour. So what do we do to something that's sour to balance it out?
Sugar. Obviously.
Sugar. So we're going to put how much in?
A quarter cup of sugar.
Without spilling it all over the stage. Okay, and then we will adjust this as we go, depending on the flavor.
And then it's just going to dissolve.
It's going to dissolve, and we're going to let that puppy sit there for a while.
So I took a taste, even though it's really hot, so be careful with that. But ours needs a little more sugar, so I'm going to put another quarter cup.
Well, not quite a quarter.
Half a quarter?
Yeah, which would be 1/8 of a cup. That's about good.
Okay.
Dump that back in, stir it all up. Because after all, this is a sweet shrimp pasta. So again though, everything we do on our recipes is according to your taste, not ours. We're just giving the basics that we do. So again, we're just gonna let that puppy cook down.
Okay, so you just also want to make sure you have all your ingredients. And we did those. How do we forget the best thing that we put in everything?
That's right, Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning.
And you put a crap ton.
Not a crap ton, that's plenty good. Just stir that up now. Okay, and again, we're gonna let that simmer down before we add
our shrimp
and our fresh tomatoes.
So you cannot have sweet shrimp pasta without pasta. And Papa really likes angel hair pasta, but you can use whatever kind of pasta you like.
That's right. And
so it's 1 pound of angel hair pasta.
Yeah, and sometimes it's called capelline. We're not gonna put that in yet. Before we put that in, we gotta wait for the water come to boil. But one thing we do that is my secret ingredient for making my pasta, I add, a lot of people put in salt to flavor the schnoodle. What I do, I add chicken bouillon. Or if you're making a beef dish that requires a pasta, you can put in beef bouillon. So let me see how much you're putting in here. Oh, way more than that.
I haven't put any in. It's still gone.
Okay, don't get it all over the floor. More. Let me see. Plenty good. Dump that in. Okay, and that's gonna come to a boil. Okay, so as soon as that gets bubbling up and ready for the pasta to be added, we'll get right back to that.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like our pasta water, which we put in what?
Chicken bouillon.
And what does that do?
It flavors the pasta water.
Okay, now we're gonna dump the entire pound of pasta in, and you gotta start stirring that up. Tell me why you gotta stir it up right away. The pasta will stick together. Okay, you gotta get all the edges too. Make sure it's all the way in. All the little dry pieces gotta get in. And then we're just gonna bring that up to a boil and strain that puppy.
Okay, so my pasta is now cooked and already over there. So now we're gonna finish up our sauce. We're gonna first add some parmesan, and we like a lot. So we're just gonna shake until he tells me to stop.
Stop. Stir.
I think we could add.
Well, you can add more on top of your pasta. Okay, now what?
My favorite part, the main.
No, not yet. You jumped the gun, child. We're gonna put in the fresh tomatoes. And you don't have to put in fresh tomatoes. I just like them because it adds a fresh taste to this little sucker. And that's good. Now you can do what you want to do. We're adding the large raw shrimp with the tail off. We're just going to dump them in, stir it up, and they are going to cook. How are these shrimp going to cook?
They're going to cook
in the hot sauce. Although it's not hot sauce like you think of a taco, it's just hot sauce.
And you want to make sure they're drenched in salt.
Yeah, you want to get them all the way under, and we're just going to let that sit and cook, and then we're going to
add it to our pasta.
Add it to our pasta that we're about to drain here. Okay, so you take care of that, and I'll take care of draining the pasta.
Pasta's all done, so now we're going to put it in our serving tray. We're just going to dump it straight in, and then just gonna move it around, and then put our sauce on top.
Okay, Miss Rylee, how can you tell that your sauce is ready to go?
Because our shrimp are now white/pink.
Okay, and they were translucent before. Okay, so now you're gonna dump it on top of the pasta. You can have probably get in there and grab that stick.
No, the stick. No, grab it.
Okay, here we go. The moment of truth.
Oh, that was a great pour by me.
Okay, look at that, people. That's what you want it to look like when you're done.
And then you can take it.
No, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay, now, is this all you're gonna have for dinner?
No, now it's on to Violet.
Okay, now, Miss Rylee has done the main dish and you get stuck with the side dishes. So what are you making first?
We're gonna make a garlic bread.
Okay, and what kind of mixture did you make here?
So this is melted butter, grounded garlic, and a bunch of Parmesan cheese.
Okay, spread that puppy on. Get it going here. Lots and lots. You gotta get all the edges. What happens if you don't go to the edges?
Then it's flavorless.
No, not only that, the bread gets hard with no flavor. Okay, lots of it. Put a boatload of that stuff on. All the way to the edges. Try not to get any on the floor. Edges, edges, edges. Okay, that looks good. Got the whole thing covered. Let's put it on the tray. And what's on the tray already? Parchment paper. Put an angle in there. What we're gonna do? We're gonna put it in the oven at what?
400? 470?
Yes.
Unboiled.
Okay, you've got your garlicky Parmesan bread in the broiler. And what else were you in charge of?
Cucumber salad.
Cucumber salad. You've already done a lot. So let's go ahead and finish chopping that puppy up right there. Don't cut your fingers off. Try to keep the cucumbers not on the floor. Don't cut your fingers off for your pretty fingernails. Okay. And then you're gonna put on the sun-dried tomato vinaigrette everywhere. You missed some on my side over here. And it's okay to soak it good. Okay, now, one more thing. We add, let me see it. There we go. In order to give this a really great flavor, Mediterranean flavor, even though it's a product of Japan, we're gonna put in roasted sesame oil. So drop some of that in there, sprinkle it. That's too much? That's too much, it pours, that's fine. Now, get a couple of spoons out of the drawer there. Just tablespoons is fine. That's good. And then give that a good mix. Now, normally we would put this in the refrigerator for a while, but we got a late start today. You're missing some that's about there. You go. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We're just gonna let that sit. How's your bread doing?
It's looking pretty good. Almost golden brown.
Yes, we don't want to burn that though. That's why I put, most ovens when you go to broil, they put it on like 550. That gets a little too hot. And again, you don't even have to close your door because if you have an electric oven, it'll,
It's already
the coils are going cooking
already
good.
changing color.
It's already changing color. Hang on. Violet, your garlic Parmesan bread looks awesome. Okay, chop that puppy up because we're getting close to eat. We got a lot of starving, whining people in the back. And always use a serrated knife when you cut French bread or any kind of bread, but try not to cut off your fingers, right?
Of course, always. Very concentrated.
Okay, we are so close.
A few moments
All right,
later.
ladies, you have done it. What have we done here tonight?
I have made the shrimp sweet pasta.
Uh-huh.
And then I've made the cucumber salad and the garlic Parmesan bread.
So are we ready to eat?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for watching. What's the name of our show? Cooking.
with Papa Allen.
Okay.
And make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more.
All right. Thank you, girls.